Hello, my name's Sam Duggan, and welcome to my Pecha Kucha on radio broadcasting. Quite a broad topic, if you ask me. Comedy gold, that. I get it, 'cause broad as in broad topic and broad broadcasting. Sometimes I crack myself up, believe me. And now, time for a history lesson.
Well, the first prediction for the radio waves was by a Scottish mathematical physicist called James Clerk Maxwell in 1867. I was only 52 at the time, yes.
Thank you, that was a homeless man who lives close by to my house. A man by the name of Heinrich Rudolf Hertz discovered the radio wave in 1887 and is quoted as saying, "These radio waves, they're good for nothing, mate." But that is, of course, my paraphrasing. If the name Hertz sounds familiar, that is because Hertz, the unit of frequency, is named after him. Thanks a lot, Sam. You've given me a lot of stuff I don't really need to know. But what is a radio wave? Calm down. Okay, I'm getting to that, mate. Essentially, radio waves are a type of electromagnetic radiation with wavelengths longer than infrared light on the electromagnetic spectrum.
Well, that's a right bunch of jibber-jabber to me, mate.
Well, that's not my fault, alright? You should have gone to school or something. Blimey, these are only supposed to be 20 seconds long. It wasn't too long after the discovery of radio waves that they began to be put into good use, an obvious use being the radio itself.
Howdy there, folks. You're tuned in to KDAV, the voice of Lubbock, Texas. My name's High Pocket Duncan.
What do you need? I'm trying to record something.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to record
something.
something.
Could you get out?
Okay,
Thanks.
well, alright.
Alright, now I'm taking over this here show. Now listen, radio waves have frequencies from 300 gigahertz to as low as 3 kilohertz, and have wavelengths ranging from 1 millimeter to 100 kilometers long. Radio waves work like any other type of electromagnetic waves and move at the speed of light. These radio waves can occur naturally and unnaturally. We can either make them and use them for radio communication among many other things that we'll get onto later, or it can happen naturally through things like lightning. These radio waves can also naturally occur due to astronomical objects. But how do they work, mate? Well, I'll tell you. Objects that are electronically charged can produce an electric field that can take the form of electromagnetic waves. These waves can differ from each other in both amplitude, which is the height of the wave, the wavelength, which is the length of the wave, and frequency, which is the number of crests of a wave that move past a given point in a given unit of time. We can use things like radio transmitters to do as the name suggests, because they are able to create radio waves on multiple frequencies. The transmitter can send these waves through a feed line to an antenna which can then shoot these radio waves out to the world. Once shot out, they can reach their destination in a multitude of different ways. Radio waves with very high frequencies can only travel in a straight line and not very far, while waves with lower frequencies can bounce around the atmosphere and travel all over the world. These signals are then picked up by radio receivers, which are able to sort through all the frequencies it receives and then select a range the listener wants to hear. From there, it transforms the received wave into audio or many other types of data. You've told us an awful lot about radio waves, but what about radio broadcasting? Well, to answer your question, me with a terrible Liverpool accent, radio broadcasting is a way of wirelessly transmitting radio signals one way to a wide audience. There are multiple different types of radio, including shortwave, AM, FM, pirate radio, terrestrial digital radio, and satellite radio. Although radio waves were considered useless by the original finder, Mr. Hertz, must hurt to have that name, am I right? But today they are used in so many things in day-to-day life. The first use of radio waves may not have been very spectacular, but just like the creation of the wheel, things just began to roll for the use of radio waves. Am I right? Up top. That's right. There are many types of radio broadcasting. There are two types of signals when radio broadcasting, analog audio and digital audio. The radio can be broadcast through many means, such as cable, television, the internet, satellites, streaming services, and many more. But radio waves didn't just stop there. They continued to upgrade through time. Radio waves are used in just about any remote things nowadays, from opening your garage door to turning on your television. But it doesn't just turn on your television, it also broadcasts your television. Radio waves are also used for very practical things, such as radar, among a mass multitude of other things. The discovery of radio waves has allowed our technology to evolve dramatically. Within a little over a century, we have discovered a way of creating and broadcasting these waves as a means of communication, and then being able to make these waves do multiple other things, including broadcasting audio and video, among many other signals, from basic things like turning on lights remotely to flying a fighter drone. But it's not just the technology that has evolved. Us humans have too. Not very much in the biological sense, but in the social sense. Being able to use radio waves has allowed us to change so many features of our lives. It gives us new means of entertainment, quicker ways of hearing news, and just makes our lives overall easier. If one day you woke up and radio waves had stopped, you would understand the huge impact that radio waves and radio broadcasting have on your life. You would have to do all things manually again, and since there is no broadcasting, you would have absolutely no idea what was going on due to the fact that there is no television or radio telling you the news. A recorded 1.7 million people believed that Orson Welles' radio play, War on the Worlds, was a real news report, and it caused mass hysteria. This shows the huge effect that radio broadcasting had on people's lives, even back then, and the amount of trust we place in our own technology. So, as you can see, radio waves have a huge effect on our lives and society in general. I hope I've conveyed my points well and in an interesting way, and I hope you can see where I'm coming from. I hope you have enjoyed and don't find this too silly.